Hey there, cats and kittens. Grace Helbig and Hannah Hart reimagine some classic Sid and Marty Krofft heroines in this week's movie review. Electra Woman and Dyna Girl were originally a 1976 series of short episodes that were produced by Sid and Marty Krofft, and Legendary has reimagined the duo of Laurie and Judy, Electra Woman and Dyna Girl, in a world full of superheroes. This world is interesting because there was a great conflict, the Shadow War, and in this long conflict between superheroes and supervillains, the majority of superpowered villains were eliminated. The fact that there hasn't been a superpowered villain in a long time. And so heroes, much like in the film Mystery Men, are basically celebrities. They're promoting products, and in their state of Ohio, they're kind of like an indie band. When they get a call from the leading superhero firm, Creative Mass Management, to take their game to the big time, it's a big deal, a big thrill. And in the process, they get updated suits and these great gadgets, a reimagining of the classic weapon, the Electrocoms, and as a result, it's, I think, a very solid examination of our celebrity culture and about not letting celebrity change you. And so I think both characters have a great story arc. How about the acting? Well, I had a bit of a bias going in because I'm a big fan of Grace Helbig and Hannah Hart, and as you can imagine, they are both extremely charismatic and funny and interesting and vibrant, and they carry their scenes effortlessly. Their major rivals, Major Vaughn and Wingman, are interesting, but unfortunately I thought them to be a little bit one-dimensional. But still, I mean, you gotta have a rivalry between celebrities, between heroes, so that was very natural. The directing and pacing were great, and I thought, and this really impressed me to no end, were the production values. I thought the cinematography was good, and simply said, the angles that they chose and everything about it, the color grading just was fantastic. I thought that they put on a great show, and for their budget, it was pretty amazing. I will also have to say that they did portray other heroes in a realistic, celebrity-obsessed kind of way. But I think what didn't work for me, and this is something that really did kind of bother me slightly, only slightly, was the fact that it had really crisp dialogue and it was very cleverly written, but sometimes I felt that rather than just let the characters breathe and be natural, they had to like force in one more gag, one more meta observation, and that to me kind of drew me out of the film. So I think that should they do future films, and I really hope this is part of a series, that they kind of just have a little more faith in the characters and not try to shoehorn in clever quips and observations. Something I would like to see in future installments, and I do hope there are future installments, would be cameos by Dark Horse or Valiant Heroes, or maybe a character like Squirrel Girl. I hope this is a shared universe and we might see crossovers with other Sid and Marty Krofft characters like Magic Mongo or Dr. Shrinker. I think those could also be fun. A shared Sid and Marty Krofft universe, that would be awesome. Because of the excessive need for quips, witty observations, and meta observations, I'm going to give this film a B+, but Grace and Hannah are both two wonderful human beings and content providers, and I'm leaving links to their channels below. If you would like to see my review of Grace's book, please click on that link, and there'll be a link in the description box below. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and thank you so much for watching this video. I would be pleased if you were to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr at Lord Coyote 2000. Have an awesome day, because you are awesome people. Take care now. Bye.